and it stopped doing it. It just sent me a thing. I'm like, oh, no. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So we're recording again. Anyway, so, I've been with Mary Kay for 25, 26 years was what I was saying. Had a bunch of little kids at home and just had to do something to get out, make girlfriends, earn a little extra money, have some grown-up time, some adult conversation, make some girlfriends. There's a lot of reasons I started Mary Kay. But number one is I just had this hole in my heart that needed to be filled. You don't always get that filled in your friendships. You don't always get that filled at church or in your neighborhood or in your family. You just have this like little hole in your heart that you need personal growth. And that's where I was. I just needed some personal growth. And you know what I'm finding is we always need personal growth. And I feel like I've had a year of that personal growth, and especially the last couple months, a lot of challenges and a lot of personal growth. And I was expressing to Jenny earlier that June was pretty much a train wreck for our family. We had 2 deaths, a wedding, an 88-year-old birthday party that the whole family came to. We're talking 100 people. So we had a lot going on. I had a trip out to see my daughter in June. And so I got thinking about what I could share with you today that you can maybe really use in your life, that you can kind of sit back and say, okay, let's make a plan, right? And so today I want to talk to you about the journey. The journey for each of us is very different. I have worked this business as a new mom with other kids at home, with older kids, with 3 teenagers at a time. I've worked it with kids in college and little kids at home. I worked it as a single mom after I went through my divorce. I worked it in every way you can think of. I worked this business, and it just fits everywhere. And when you can't really work, if things are crazy and you built something really great, it will support you. It will help you. I called it my life raft. I would have sunk a long time ago without my Mary Kay business. So I just love this opportunity, and why not pass it on? But as I was thinking on what I wanted to share with you today, I learned a new word living here in Texas. It's fixin' So as I was fixin' to teach or talk with you today, I decided that I needed to kind of relate it to an experience that I had lately. Got to go visit my daughter in North Carolina in June because they changed their schedule to June. So I went in June, and we had a very busy time. She is a dance, a lot of you know Caitlin, and she is a dance, it's a long story. She kind of owns and runs a dance studio. She's the choreographer, the teacher, the everything, but she puts on her recital at the end of the year every year, and I go every year to help her. So it was recital weekend, which is a big deal. So went to recital weekend, we worked our buns off, got that done. And Monday she surprised me with, hey mom, we're going to Virginia. We're going to King's Dominion. And I'm like, we are. So I'm like, pivot, Anyway, so I thought I would share with you an experience that I had there. And that was the Intimidator. I can't see all of you, but raise your hand if you're present and you like roller coasters or have been on roller coasters or do roller coasters. Well, I do any roller coaster, and I'm not afraid of the challenge. And I went on way too many that day. But anyway, there's one in King's Dominion called the Intimidator. And when you stand underneath it and you look at it, you are intimidated, like scared to death, almost wet my pants kind of thing. And I can ride any roller coaster, and it was intimidating. So, I kind of looked at that and I'm like, okay, this is life. This is a wild ride I'm about to get on. It had, I can't remember if I'll get the numbers right, but like a 400-foot climb. It had an inverted dive, 90 miles an hour. My son-in-law took his phone out and he clocked it at 92. He had set it when we got on the roller coaster. I don't know if you've ever been in a car going 90 miles an hour and stuck your hand out the window or your face, but it flaps, your face flaps. So that's what happened on this roller coaster. As we're going up, I'm like literally crying, and I'm not afraid of roller coasters, but I'm crying. Like the tears were just like going down, and then we're going down and my face is hanging down, and then it shoots you. And holy cow, hang on, because I think we all passed out at the very top. I'm not sure, but I looked over and I think Caitlin was like, anyway, I think we kind of passed out at the top because it was so high and so fast. Anyway, 90 miles an hour, it shoots you through loop-de-loops and curves and corkscrews, and you can't even scream because no one can hear you. And the sound does not come out, it goes back. Like, it's just that intense, the Intimidator. Okay. So I wanted to share that little experience with you and tell you life is like that. Life can just, you can go higher and higher and higher, and then all of a sudden it's going to shoot you out and spit you out. It's just like you have sometimes no control. But a smart man once said that life can be a wild ride. Never try to get off in the middle. Wait till the end of the ride, and no matter how bumpy it gets, or how high or how fast or how many loop-de-loops, no matter how bumpy it gets, wait till the end of the ride to get off. Very wise advice, especially in our Mary Kay careers. Don't ever quit when you're down. Always wait, ride it out, keep going, just stay on. Waiting with expectation leads to increased faith. If you're waiting, you're like, okay, I can do this, God, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. You know, you're holding on to your harness and you're ready to go, and you're like putting your faith in the Lord. You're like, I can do this, I can do this. Expectation and hope breeds faith. However, if you're waiting with fear and doubt, like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, as you board the roller coaster, I'm gonna die, you might pass out at the top, right? So waiting with that expectation leads to increased fear. Sometimes in our life, it can lead to bitterness. So I want to challenge you, if you've ever been on one of these roller coasters in your Mary Kay career, be still, okay? When the ride stops, be still, take a few minutes. Like Jenny was saying, in July, she was able to take a few minutes. You know, she had a week where she could actually like breathe. So be still. That's my first advice. Be still. Rest. Rest your mind, rest your body. Don't act and react when you're tired, when you're emotional. I've learned this lesson, let me tell you, because it is not good. It is not good to react when you're tired and when you're emotional. So be still, rest, and then focus. Focus on what has happened behind you. Focus on what is happening ahead of you. But focus. Take a few minutes and really pray and think and just focus. Gather your thoughts, and then you'll grow from it instead of quitting and getting off, or, you know, throwing up on the side of the roller coaster. You know, I mean, you have to take a minute to let yourself grow. And this is the hardest one for most of us, is to humble yourself. Sometimes it takes a little bit of humility to look inside and say, where did I go wrong? What did I do? It takes a lot of strength to be able to do that. You know, and sometimes you can do it in a minute, and sometimes it takes a week, and sometimes it takes a month, but we have to humble ourselves and learn from our mistakes, or learn from maybe a loop-de-loop that took us by surprise that we weren't ready for, and be prepared for it next time. So it was much easier to go on it the second, third time. Yes, 3 times. I went on the Intimidator 3 times. Just a few things you can do on your journey that will provide amazing results is to do these things: to be still, rest, focus, and then you'll grow. Sorry, I've got some notes here. I just don't want to miss anything that I wanted to tell you. You know, when we kick against the challenges, we kick against it, we fight it, we struggle, we worry, we're striving too hard, it can make our hearts sick. Where when we have faith and we sit back and we focus, that we can grow. Perseverance is bowing to God's timing and not our own. You know, sometimes he has other ideas and more lessons we need to learn and things we need to grow from. So just keep persevering and have faith in God's timing, not necessarily our own. Learning, looking, subduing my mind. That's one thing that's hard for me, is to just slow down. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I just jump in with both feet and I just go, 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 go. And then I wonder what happened. Like, what did I do wrong? Or what didn't I do right? Or whatever, because I didn't take the time in the beginning to like do that focus. But we have to learn to look and subdue our mind. We are created to go deeper than just the surface of our desires. I firmly believe that. I think any woman that is on here today, you are created to go deeper. You want more. You want to serve more. You want to grow more. You want to give more, deeper. Okay, so deeper sometimes hurts more than surface. So you got to keep that in mind too. But we're created to go deeper than just the surface of our own desires. In order to do that, we must be patient so that we can bring life to ourselves and those around us. If we're always go, 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 and if we're always tired and we're always frustrated, we cannot give to those around us. So it's important to take care of what's in your heart and your soul. Be patient with yourself. John Maxwell said that people may hear your words, but they feel your attitude. And when we're tired or not in a good headspace, we're not giving people our best. So it's really important that we get off the roller coaster. At the end of the ride, focus, gather. People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. What that means is they're going to look at you as their leader, and they're going to want to do whatever you're doing. They want to be in your space. They want to be on your team when they buy into the leader. And to do that, we need to be strong and loving and patient and, try to exemplify Mary Kay, really. But they will support something that they help build, and they will buy into the leader. So stay focused instead of getting offended or off track. Just try to stay focused. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's another John Maxwell. I love that one. I've been doing a lot of reading with him in the last couple of weeks, and there's no shortcuts to anywhere worth going. So you have to do those 3 steps. You have to know the way. So you have to walk the walk, talk the talk, and be able to show others how to do that. And the only way to do that is Mary Kay's vision is starting at the very beginning. We start as consultants so that we understand that path. We move into leadership so that we understand that path. We have to walk where we want them to walk so that they can get there too. Champions don't become champions in the ring or on the stage. They merely are recognized there. That one was a really powerful one for me too, because, we're going to seminar in a couple of weeks and we're going to see, everybody up on stage or hopefully be up on stage. And just remember, that's amazing recognition and wonderful, but they worked really hard to get there. You may not see all the challenges they had. You may not see how sick they were that year. You may not see that they had family issues that year. You may not see the background, but you're seeing the recognition for the hard work that was done in the ring and in the gym and in the morning runs before they got to the ring. So keep that in mind, that champions don't become champions in the ring. A woman must be This is going to get me. A woman must be big enough to admit her mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them. When you make a mistake, it's okay to go back and say, hey, I can do this better. I can do this differently, or I'm sorry if I offended someone, or, we have to be strong enough to be that kind of leader where we can do that. And dreams only work if you do. We have to work to make those dreams a reality. And we all know what to do. Everybody on here, you know what to do. Everything is up on MKU. Everything is given out by Mary Kay. Everything's in your weekly training meetings. Everything is being taught. You know what to do. Some people believe that the best way to help others is to criticize them, giving them the benefit of their wisdom. Be really careful with that, because I disagree. I think the best way to help other people is to help them see their best. Help them to, hey, you did a great job with this. And be free with your praise. Be free with your appreciation. If you see someone and you think a nice thought, tell them, because they're not going to know if you don't share that with them. Help build up other women. I love it that women can build up other women in this business. And I'm going to share these couple things with you, and then I'm going to do a little activity. And I'm trying to hurry because I don't want to run over time. Growth is painful. Change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Okay. I've been there. I think I'm there right now. Nothing is as painful as being stuck as somewhere you don't belong. So think, believe, dream, and then dare, and be very intentional with your goals. I know everyone is hopefully already made goals for this next year and is working on them. But if you're still in that process where you're making your goals, make sure that you're getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, because we don't grow out if we're not outside our comfort zone. Okay, so I'm going to do a little exercise with you that I did with a life coach this week. It really helped me, and I wanted to share that with you. So I want everyone to just sit back, close your eyes, okay? Because it's a visual, and I need you to really think about what I'm saying and visualize it. I want you to paint a picture in your mind. I want your picture to be your picture, not someone else on the screen. So I want you to close your eyes, okay? We're going to talk about the journey and our goals. Okay, number 1, fear. Okay, when you look forward on your goals, do you have fear? I mean, because sometimes the freak out is real. Like, I mean, sometimes it's so big, it's real. It is better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and prepare. I'm sorry, it is better to look ahead and prepare than to look back and regret. Have you ever asked yourself, how did this become my life? Am I doing something? And then, and I can't talk. Am I doing everything and then some? You might have this thought, oh my gosh, is it me? Is it me? Am I the reason I'm not reaching my goals? Am I in my own way? Ask yourselves these questions. Have you been there, done that? Do you want something bigger? Do you want to be there and do that again? Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. So until you break the shell of your understanding, I love it when Mary Kay and Carrie used to say, take the girdle off your head and let it grow. That is where the pain is breaking through that barrier. Okay, so here comes the exercise. It's called the reset. I have to skip a little bit because I don't want to run out of time. I want you to have time to do this for reals. Okay. So we're going to do this. The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get onto it, and the perseverance to follow. Mary Kay has given us the roadmap. It is worth it. The pain of work is never as hard as the pain of regret. Okay, so here comes the visualization. Okay, when I did this, well, I'll tell you after because I don't want to interfere with your painted picture. Okay. If you have been ruthlessly judgmental with yourself up to this point, we're going to stop that nonsense. We're going to stop it. Now is the time. Right now, your only job is to give yourself a chance to see the truth, that you can find your path to success. So I want you to imagine yourself sitting in a gorgeous first-class seat on a luxury airplane. I want you to imagine that around you, it has perfectly safe, clear glass sides, top and bottom, that allow you to see an unobstructed view of everything behind, below, above, and in front of you, all around you. You can even ask the stewardess for a glass of champagne or sparkling cider. I mean, this is your luxury trip, okay? Imagine yourself taxiing down the runway as the captain announces your destination. What is your destination? It could be different for all of us. I know for Jenny, it's million. I know for some of us, it's a unit club. Some of us, it's the trip or a Cadillac or a car. Your destination. You fill in the blank. Give yourself a chance to feel excitement. So think about it for a minute and how you're going to feel when you have that. You're going to be so excited. Feel the excitement. As you take off, look down and see that the ground is made up from your Mary Kay journey this far. You know what it's like to be on the ground living that reality. But now you have a chance to see things in a whole new way. When you look at where you have been on this journey from 3,600 feet, we're going to be 3,600 or 36,000 feet, sorry, in the air. Okay. What did you notice? Keep your eyes closed. What did you notice? See the very beginning of your journey. Where did you start? I mean, we all started with the Mary Kay Starter Kit, right? But imagine your start with your business. Did you notice anything about how you felt? Did you see the very beginning? What do you notice about yourself? Look back at yourself at that time. What do you notice about yourself? What did you learn as a new consultant? Are there things you would do differently? No blame, no judgment. Remember, we're done with that. Just notice. Now take a look at where you are today. High above the noise, the pressure, the craziness. What do you see? You're at 36,000 feet. What do you see? You're taking in your vision. What do you see? You're high above the noise, pressure, craziness. It's calm. Take notice. See the complete landscape of where you are in your journey as you live it today. Just observe. Notice how you feel as you take a look. How do you feel? Do you notice any sensations, any feelings, any excitement? Are there thoughts that come up, memories, things that you're doing? Allow yourself to be present with present circumstances on your journey today. And then last, from this cruising altitude, look towards or look ahead towards your goal. What do you see ahead for yourself on your journey? Kick the judgment aside and just get a sense of where you're headed next. Notice how what you see makes and how it makes you feel. What you see ahead of you, how does it make you feel? Are there any thoughts or promptings that have popped up in your head as you consider this? Take the time to do this exercise of looking at where you have been, where you are today, and looking ahead. It has the power to change the trajectory of your Mary Kay journey forever. This is a chance for you to take an honest look and see things for what they really are when you're 36,000 feet. Okay, so everyone go ahead and open your eyes, okay? I think it's really important to just sometimes take a minute and to think, focus, observe, don't be judgmental, love yourself, be kind to yourself, don't judge yourself against anyone else or what anyone else is doing, but what you want from your journey. So often we get caught up in the insanity, pain, frustration on the journey that every twist and turn seems to be hideously negative. Look for the silver linings. Even when really hard things happen, we can learn valuable lessons when we give ourselves a chance to see from a different perspective. It's really all about perspective. If you want to know how someone else is feeling, take a step back and think about what she's going through. If it's a team member or your director or anyone, take a step back. When we give ourselves a chance to see from a different perspective, we give ourselves a chance to see a path we might not have otherwise considered for ourselves. Okay, so everyone take a pen and a paper. We're gonna do a little activity. I want you to write 1 through 5, or 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want you to take this pen and paper and write as you were looking on your journey through your glass airplane. So I'll tell you now, when I did this, I imagined Wonder Woman's translucent plane, back in the day when Wonder Woman had her golden lasso and her clear plane. Anyway, that's just where I went. But 5 things that you have learned from your journey so far. It can be anything. What's important to you? So name 5 things. Okay. Then I want you to take a minute and celebrate what you did right. We all do things right. Sometimes all we remember when we look too closely is the things we've done wrong. But what about the things we've done right? I want 5 things you've done right. Or I'm sorry, 5 most important lessons you have learned, and then celebrate the ones you did right. And we won't have time to finish this today, but then I want you to write 1 through 20. Okay. And I want you to finish it sometime in the next little while, today or whenever. Okay. But I want you to 1 through 20. And I want you to dig a little deeper. Okay. Not just the surface stuff. You have your 5 most important lessons you've learned, but now you're going to do 20 things that you've done right and that you can celebrate in your Mary Kay career. 20 things. It can be as little as, hey, I had a time in my career where I was doing 3 to 5 parties a week consistently, week in, week out. Or back when I was a new consultant, I did a 2020 because that's what they told me I had to do. And it was awesome. And I sold $3,000 in 1 week. I mean, it can be any of those things. Okay. But dig deeper to those true successes and things that really excited you. And you're going to write 20 of those things and you're going to celebrate them. Okay. Now you have a new baseline. That's why we're going to do this. Those 20 positive things, we now have a new baseline. You're not ever going to think about the bad things that happened in your Mary Kay career, places you messed up, or things you didn't do right. That is out the window. We are done with it. Okay. We have a new baseline of what we know we can do right. So I want you to take those 20 things and really concentrate on those. So another wise woman said, surround yourself with people that are going to take you higher. So Mary Kay and our national always said, you become like the 5 people you're around the most. So you need to think about who you're spending your time with, who brings you up, who brings you down, and reconsider where you're spending your time and put yourself with positive people. I mean, it doesn't have to be your Mary Kay people. It can be your family. It can be your neighborhood. It can be wherever. But if you're somewhere spending time with people that you're letting in your mind and you're allowing them to tell you what you're not, that's what we're going to work on. Okay. We're only going to listen to the people who tell us what we are, what we do right, the good things we do. And we're only going to let that in to our heads and to our hearts. So surround yourself with people that are going to take you higher. And that was Oprah Winfrey that said that. But Mary Kay said a million things like that too. So I just wanted to share that with you. I want you to just take that little bit of time today, allow yourself to free your thinking, to kick any negative, to make some new goals and move forward. It's a new year. We all have the same opportunity to go forward and make our goals happen this year and to learn from the past and hopefully move forward and just make it a great Mary Kay year.
Yay! I love that. Thank you so much, Kristin. Okay, we'll leave it open a few minutes. Anybody has a question or want to share their takeaway? Or want to affirm Kristin for what they took from today?
I would love to know what some of the things people did right were. What are some of the kudos you gave yourself?
Oh, I would love to hear
that. The fact that I won the not the Go Give Spirit, but the Miss Pink Spirit. That's got to be the highest highlight of my Mary Kay career, besides an old Go Give award that I won from Jenny. And it just is a reminder every time that that's the one thing that I do right. And I love you, Kristin. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Samantha, you deserve that, by the way. I know enough to know you deserve that.
Thank you.
So what I'd like to say is that the relationships I've built and that I show up for everything. And I had no idea that the relationships that I've built all these years would have to do with my success now.
I love that.
Yep, love that. So it's so important to build success on success and to just kick the negative out. Just kick it out. If somebody says something negative, kick it out. Don't allow it to penetrate. Just kick it out.
Absolutely. Does anybody else have it? I'm looking around as fast as I can. That's the only thing about Zoom that gets me disgruntled is everybody shifts. Like they don't stay in their little box. Like I'm like, everyone moves around. I'm like, I'm trying to find you. Well, I got a lot from that. And I love the comments on the side. I love where Kath said, I've stayed on the roller coaster. I mean, sometimes we do that, right? We don't know how to, we don't forget to get off.
And sometimes we're dumb enough to get back on and ride again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then again.
Yeah. Audrey put she did a first national court as a first year director. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations. You did it right.
That's amazing. I love be still, rest, focus, and grow. Oh, that's amazing, ladies. I know all of us, I don't even remember the date that the first seminar starts. It's got to be here pretty soon because I know we're the last one, but I hope 2 weeks. Yeah, I hope everybody's having an amazing, amazing seminar. If you're going and if you're virtual, be on there. I don't know, create the atmosphere, do whatever you got to do. But thank you again, Kristin, so much for today. And I hope you all got some from it. I'll get the recording out there and post it in our normal spots for everybody so you can have access to it and share with your unit or your power partners or yourself over and over again if you need to. Have an amazing Thursday.
Thank you, Jenny. And thank you everyone for coming on today. It really means a lot that you would be here to support Jenny and support all of us. So thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.